model. So there's the big question we have to answer. So first of all, we will give some really good definition of our demand and our supply, and then we will discuss how to apply this model in reality. Today we are going to study the aggregate demand and aggregate supply model. The question we have to answer. First of all, we will discuss the definition of our demand and our supply, and then how we apply this model to understand the economy. So you see here, so the class will learn why economists use ASID model. So and then we will contrast it by looking the our demand, and then at the long run our supply, and finally at the short run our supply, and it will conclude by doing some application of the model. You see here our demand. As we study, there are four components. So first of all, consumption. It means household consumption, and then investment or private investment. And the next component is government spending. And the last one is net export. Net export, it means the export minus import. So in the long run, we have our supply that show our resources, our technology, and institution. For the short run, our supply, we mentioned the input prices, menu cost, and money illusion. So in macroeconomics, we see there are two parts, short run and long run. So what does it mean, the short run and long run? How many years when we mention long run, and how many years when we mention the short run? Yeah. You see that in the long run, growth and development, we focus on the theory and policy that affect economic over several decades. Yeah. 10 years, yeah, 5 years to 10 years. In the short run, fluctuation or business cycle that we study in general, we just study over 5 years or less. Yeah, that helps us distinguish long run and short run. So I remind that in the long run, when we mention growth, we often mention in the period of 5 years to 10 years. And when we mention short run, it means we analyze the business cycle, so around less than 5 years. So here we look at this during economic expansion. You see. Yeah, during economic expansion, the GDP growth, you see that it is typically positive. Meanwhile, in the recession period, for example, in this year, you see that the economic growth is negative. So here you see that this show the relationship between unemployment rate. You see. Unemployment rate, you see you see that in the recession period, the unemployment rate increase. So in the when economic expand or economic recover, you see that the unemployment rate reduce. Yeah. The unemployment rate means unemployment rate and economic growth is have a negative relationship. It means that when economic growth rate high, so you see the unemployment rate is lower than. So you see that the model uh, we use in to study the business cycle. So this is just another supply and demand. So similar to the basic model learned in macroeconomics. So the different are, so we see that we are aggregating in total. So instead of getting the price and the quantity of one good, so in macroeconomics we are looking for at the supply and demand for all goods in our economy. So you see, and we plan to student. So here we see that that average is in total. We mean here we are not looking at the single price, but at the price level. So this will be on the vertical axis. So just like price were in the original model. So it's the average price level in the economy, which is measured by the GDP deflator. So that we have discussed in chapter 6. So for the overall output of quantity, the real GDP or Y. So we remind students that um, uh, so that we learn to how to calculate the GDP in the previous chapter. Average demand, it means the total demand for final goods and services in an economy. And we can say it's the sum of spending in the economy. Okay, so here this is the formula of the average demand that is equal the AD equals C plus I plus G plus net export. Here C is the household consumption and I is the private investment and G is the government spending. The net export is equal to export minus import. So that is the figure. That is the figure of our demand. Here you see that our demand is the downward sloping. Our demand is the downward sloping. It means that what happened here? We have the first point at the price level 100. You see the real GDP we have. Uh, yeah, real GDP we have is 20. So what happens if the price level increase? When we see that when the price level increase, we see the real GDP will reduce. Yeah, will reduce to, for example, this point, something like that. Okay. Yeah, here when price level, it means the plateau, for example, increase. We see that the our real GDP here, real GDP is reduced. Yeah. You see that there how why you see the slope of our demand. It means the downward sloping, downward sloping, downward sloping. Here is the downward sloping. Why? Because there are three reasons. The first reason is the well effect. The first is the well effect, and the second one is the interest rate effect, and the last one is the international trade effect. Due to this effect, so that make the our demand curve is downward sloping. I mean that when the plateau, you see, when the plateau or price level increase, it means that our wow and uh, uh, will reduce the price. The real value, its real value will decrease. Well, so we will plan uh, well effects in detail. You see that? Okay. For example, example of well that you can bring up to uh, is include currency, stock, okay, bond, real estate, or bank account. So if the price level, if the price level increase, if the price level increase, So you see the purchasing power of wealth fall, and people cannot buy as much as before, and then the quantity of our demand fall. So what happens if the price fall? What happens if the price fall? So you see, if the price fall, you see the purchasing power of wealth rise. The people are able to buy more, and the quantity of our demand rise. So that the wealth effect is related to consumption C in the GDP or AD equation. Okay. Yeah. Here. One more example. So if real estate price growth, so people want to have store the wealth in the form of home, so we consume less, so that they will consume less. That's the explanation for wealth effect. So how about the interest rate effect? So how about the interest rate effect? You see, yeah, interest rate is an opportunity cost of borrowing. So higher, it means that higher interest rate make loan more expensive and decrease economic activity in sectors so that are interest rate sensitive. So at the price level rise, so we have the ability to save fall, so lowering the supply of loanable fund, and you see the interest rate rise too. Okay, so the purchase of goods on credit deadline. So this is mainly a drop in investment, so but a large ticket consumer goods as well. Yeah. So what happens if the price level fall? At that time, you see the ability to save rise, so increasing the supply of loanable funds, so that the interest rate fall. The, and then the purchases of goods on credit increase. So you see the DD also mainly investment, but some large ticket consumers good as well. So that's the general information of the interest rate effect. So how about the international trade effect? What does it mean? So now we are consider the domestic US market. So you see that the changes in the US price level mean the price of the US good change relative to the price of goods from other nations. So that it will affect both import and export.